Hi there, Sue Dominique here from Elixir Consulting. Another moment with Sue here from the Female Excellence in Advice Judging Day. And this is Dominique, who runs a fabulous business in Neutral Bay here in Sydney called Leapfrog Life. And I wanted to grab you because you were saying some fantastic things a little bit earlier about, Dominique specialises in helping women coming out of separation and divorce. I love what you were talking about working with the family lawyers. Can you share that? Because I think every advisor should definitely be focused on this too.
Look, I think the unfortunate reality is at the moment, family lawyers see a financial advisor as the end of the process once the settlement's been agreed to. But the stark reality is, whether it's the man or the woman going through a separation, is that people don't really know, should they keep the family home, should they be getting the money from the superannuation, what are the most important assets that are going to enable them to keep their goals. And the other massive part of it is people never plan for divorce and never plan to be separated. And so they really need a financial advisor to help them rebuild what their life is going to be. So enable them to build a life that they design, rather than just sitting in the moment of panic where they're just focused on having a roof over their heads, but are they focused on the right roof over their heads? Are they focused on the right assets? And are they really focused on being financially stable and secure for themselves? Or particularly if they have kids, and unfortunately women tend to fall into this category, if they have kids, they tend to still want to provide the kids each their own bedrooms and their own space, but it tends to be at a financial detriment to them. And they don't look at those longer term consequences.
Yeah, and I loved what you were also talking about the aspect of life insurance when it comes to divorce.
Absolutely
So
massive.
important.
Look, the one thing that we know is exes don't particularly like talking to each other in most cases. Sometimes it's amicable, or what they call mutual uncoupling, I think was the
I like that one.
was
That's very
the phrase
gentle,
I think that Gwyneth Paltrow used when she got divorced.
Okay.
But the bottom line is that yes, it might be great that the husband's saying that he'll pay or she'll pay for the kids' education, or will commit to paying for things in the future, or perhaps there is court-ordered maintenance that continues to be paid between the spouses. The bottom line is, what if that spouse who's supposed to be making those payments to your client becomes sick and unable to work, and totally and permanently disabled, or they die?
Yeah.
So realistically, the big education piece for me when I'm talking to family lawyers is, because the ex probably won't do it after the fact, we want the life insurance or the total and permanent disablement policy owned. It can be held in trust, or it can be owned by their ex-spouse.
But it is part of the divorce settlement. So
part of the agreement
has to happen. Great idea.
Has to happen.
So simple, and yet people overlook it all the time. And you're right, I think the divorce lawyers just don't even know much about it. So such a great thing for advisors to be talking to them about and talking to their clients about.
Absolutely, and a really good way to embed good relationships within a completely different category of potential centres of influence.
Yeah, fantastic. What a great idea. Thanks, Dominique.
All right, my pleasure.
Well, there was another moment with Sue.
Bye.